Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 2. Now in this video we got an inquiry from our Instagram post that we posted out the other day from Nikki Pappas, I think is the name. It's Nikky Pappas. Anyways, long story short, he said, "Good day. I have a kitchen cabinet manufacturing space and want to be able to contact as many new subdivisions for contracts. What would be the best plan? Thank you." So thank you for responding to the post. And if anybody hasn't seen it, what I pretty much said was I will be helping as many business owners as possible with the utilization of AI to come up with the best plans and strategies to increase their business revenue, growth, and help them scale efficiently while using pretty much all the information that ChatGPT or any of these other AI software platforms have to offer. So, using this, we went into ChatGPT, and I'll go ahead and put the conversation right around here. And what I said was as followed: please act as a top consultant for multi-million-dollar kitchen cabinet manufacturing companies. What are the best strategies to connect with new subdivisions for contracts? ChatGPT responded, well, you want to do market research, obviously, conducting thorough market research to identify upcoming or ongoing subdivisions in your target region. Excuse me. Then it also continued on with wanting to network, increase partnerships, have a showroom presence, an online presence, develop a referral program, customize and innovation. It pretty much says here for customize and innovation, highlight your ability to provide customized solutions and innovative designs that will align with the unique requirements of each subdivision project. And then, of course, it talks about value proposition, sustainability, and offer incentives. Now, as I continued this conversation, because remember, with all AI platforms, you pretty much have to train them to get the proper answer or to get the answers that you're looking for. So I went through and I continued the conversation and I asked, could you create a 30-day plan to connect with as many new subdivisions for contracts as possible? Assume I know nothing, but I do have $2,000 to invest. Nick, I hope you have $2,000 to invest. You should, if you've been in business for a while, have at least some money to invest. This number could always be altered, whether it be more or less, but I'll give you the answers that ChatGPT gave to me. So it said, absolutely. I'd be happy to help you create a 30-day plan to connect with new subdivisions for contracts with a budget of $2,000. Here's a detailed breakdown. Week 1, research and preparation, market research and targeting. Research your local housing markets, identify key players, builders, and developers in these subdivisions, and then create a list of subdivisions that align with your product offering. Not just any product offering or any subdivision, the ones that align with your product offering. Then days 3 and 4, network preparation. Create a professional email and update your LinkedIn profile. Highlight your expertise, craft a compelling elevator pitch that clearly communicates your value proposition. Prepare a portfolio for showcasing your best projects and product range. Days 5 and 7, it talks about a digital presence, creating a landing page, as well as a website and things like that, and including social media such as LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Now in week 2, it talks about an email campaign. For the email campaign, it says to draft a personalized email template introducing your company and services. From there, send out a batch of introductory emails to identified contacts, meaning people that have already contacted you, or a list of emails that you've gotten from somewhere to introduce yourself once again to them and explain to them what it is that you do and show your range of services. Continuing on, week 3, it says in-person engagement. Attend local events. Identify upcoming industry events, trade shows, or real estate expos in your area. Reserve booth space at relevant events, allocating a portion of your budget for registration fees and materials. 18 to 20, it talks about network meetings. Then it goes into educational workshop planning. And what it means by this is it wants you to prepare a presentation on kitchen design trends or cabinetry innovations, and then identify local community centers or co-working spaces where you could host these workshops. One of the things that I love about co-working spaces is that it puts you in front of a lot of different business owners. And these people, if they have an office and so on and so forth, they're probably doing okay enough to afford the office. And they probably have a list of contacts or clients that are looking for your services, or at least looking to update their kitchen, cabinets, etc. within their home. So it's a great place to network. It's also a great place to get in front of a lot of people at a low cost. So keep that in mind. Week 4, implementation and follow-up. Days 23 to 25, have a workshop execution. Host your educational workshop and invite local builders, developers, and industry professionals. Showcase your expertise and establish yourself as a knowledgeable resource. From there, within days 26 to 27, it talks about following up and relationship building. You want to send out personalized follow-up emails to all these people. Now, one of the things I've noticed in business is that a lot of people do not do follow-up, especially those that just first get into business, or those that have been in business for a little bit of time. They normally rely on things like, word of mouth, this, that, and the third. Trust me when I say follow-up is key. People may meet you one time, but there's always what's called the rule of 7 in marketing, which is pretty an old school method. However, it still works, especially if you're meeting the person in person and then engaging with them afterwards. What happens is the person gets an impression of you. Now, whether or not they like you, that's up to them. However, they get an impression. That's why they say impressions matter, or first impressions matter, really. And so from there, the way you present your emails, the way they're designed, the way your landing page looks, the way your website looks, the way the wording is, all dictates how you as an individual come across, not only on the internet, but how you portray yourself. If you're professional, or if you just slap something together because you heard you should put a website together, so you just threw something together. Put some time and effort into it, and make it look nice, make it look presentable and professional, so that when you do the follow-up sequence, and they not only follow up, but they do their research on you, whether that be through LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook, or maybe you have a YouTube channel where you show how the installation process should look and the satisfaction of your clients and things like that. Make sure it looks professional and not like it was just put together on a whim. So days 28 and 30, the referral program launch. Develop a referral program that incentivizes existing clients to refer your services to developers and builders. Create promotional material that informs them of your existing clients and about the programs that you offer. So if you ever gone to a website, this is really big with a lot of agencies. They say, our past clients were such and such. So let's say you worked with a developer or a group of builders or a real estate company. We could use Keller Williams or eXp Realty. You can put their logo, if you have worked with them in the past, on your website, and it gives you more credibility. This is also known in the psychological world as social proof. Everyone has seen social proof, but they don't really understand it. When you have social proof, you're borrowing the credibility of another person, place, or thing for yourself to establish your credibility and to give you more bravado and what's called gravitas amongst society. So whenever you see somebody in a high expensive luxury vehicle, or rocking a nice watch, or dressed in a fancy suit, or somebody with a famous actor, actress, or musician, etc., that's another thing called a halo effect, or it's a cognitive bias, really. But it's an arbitrage of attention. You're using the attention from one thing for yourself, and you're trying to gain momentum while using it and establish credibility at the same time. It's very powerful and very effective. So don't forget to add that to your website. And then it says additional strategies, budget permitting. Allocate a portion of your budget for professional photography of your past projects to enhance your portfolio, unless you have one already. And then invest in targeted online advertising to increase your digital presence, reach, and your reach to potential clients. Now, I know what a lot of people say, oh, I tried advertising before, it doesn't work, etc. Yes, you may have tried advertising before, but have you done it correctly? Do you understand the purpose of a headline and why people like Alex Hormozy say and David Ogilvy, who he quoted, if you were spending $1 on advertising, the moment you're done writing your headline, you spent about 80 cents of that dollar because people will go ahead and look at the creative, read the headline, and depending on how good that headline is, it'll give them a reason to read more, click through, or see what it is that you're actually talking about within the video or the photo that you're trying to show people. So keep that in mind. And just for you guys, since you're taking the time out of your day to check this out, there's a website that I use. It's called Monster Headline Analyzer. Definitely go check it out. What it does is when you put headlines in, it not only analyzes your headline, but it gives you a rating. And anything above a 70 is more than likely to convert more than anything below a 70. It goes into things like power words, words that have emotion behind them, things that are unique and stuff like that. It talks about character length and everything. So definitely look at that tool. I'll put the logo somewhere around here so you guys could check it out, but definitely check it out. And I'll also see if I could put the link below. So I continued with ChatGPT because I wanted to get more information for Nick. And I said, how would you allocate the $2,000 I have to invest? What sources would you use to conduct your market research? What kind of incentive program would you create that would be enticing and lucrative for builders and developers? Please be detailed and use bullet points. So ChatGPT said, well, for budget allocation, I would take $300 and put that towards a website and domain hosting, which I would definitely strongly suggest. And then it said that it would put at least $300 into social media advertising, which is very good because you could get a lot with a little when it comes to social media, depending on how you advertise and what objectives you select when it comes to utilizing their paid media platform. And I'll have another video on that later on when I talk about marketing and exactly how to market within the business environment and how to use all these platforms when it comes to advertising and what objectives gets you the most bang for your buck. So number 3 says, have event registration and materials and spend $500. This would include reserving booth space at a local trade show or real estate expo. Then invest in also design and print promotional materials, brochures, and business cards. From there, you can do an educational workshop. This has it around $400, which sounds about right. This will cover the venue rental, presentation materials, and refreshments for hosting the workshop. So before we talked about utilizing a co-working space. So if you have like a WeWork around you or something like that, you can utilize those spaces. Then it also doesn't cost that much to rent the space for, let's say, an hour. Maybe it's like $150 or $200, but you could fit quite a large amount of people in there, and they normally come with a presentation backdrop and things like that. Places like WeWork have drinks there already, but you could go ahead and provide your own drinks or, create little tchotchkes that you could hand out so that people memorize, or how do I say this? Remember your business and or company, and it'll be something for them to latch onto and utilize in their future, such as like pens or a pad or a notebook. I know Moleskine notebooks are really popular to hand out because people love them and they take a lot of notes sometimes, or they put their measurements and designs or ideas in them. So think about that as using that feature. So $400 is not actually a lot for the educational workshop. And if you record it and put that online, you can double dip by not only presenting there, but then putting it online and presenting it and using it as an online webinar, which we could get into later in another video. And then finally, it says put $300 towards a referral program, which would allocate funds, or I should say it says allocate funds for discounts or gift cards that will serve as incentives for referrals. So once again, put a referral program together, spend about $300 on it. And with that $300, you want to get things like gift cards or put together other incentives that you can hand out to the referrals. When it comes to market research sources, Nick, this is for you. Don't forget, utilize local real estate websites and listings, which you probably know already. housing development agencies and associations, industry reports and publications, local government planning and zone departments, and then online forums and communities related to construction and real estate. Now, I know where I'm at. We could go into Google and there's a website that shows you of all the developments that are going to be going up over the next year and the builders and the developers that are actually behind those projects. So if you were to go into Google and do a simple search for the same thing, you too can go ahead and find out that information, as well as get a lot of other things such as contact info, do your market research as far as who the developers are, along with the contractors, see what they do, see what they build, see their style and design, and see if it meshes with what it is that you do so you can offer your services. For the incentive program for builders and developers, it says to create an enticing and lucrative referral program that develops and provides real value to builders and developers, utilize discount tiers. So it says here for discount tiers, offer tiered discounts based on the value of the contract referred. And you can, for example, have 5% discount for contracts up to $10,000, 8% for contracts up to $20,000, and so on. So once again, I'll say that again. For example, utilize 5% discounts for contracts up to $10,000 and then 8% on contracts for up to $20,000. Exclusive product line access. Provide exclusive access to premium product line or new design releases for builders who refer a certain number of contracts. So I'm located in North Carolina, and out here we have developers such as Niblock. So if you were to work with them and they were to utilize your stuff, because they build a consecutive amount of homes, they build communities really, you can give them a nice percentage or a discount on all it is that you have to offer, because they're going to be bringing a lot of work to you. And this not only makes it lucrative for them, but it makes it lucrative for you. And in economics, this is called an optimal decision, otherwise known as a win-win scenario. From there, it says project showcase and promotion. Feature the projects of referring builders on your website and social media platforms. Highlight their contributions to your success and showcase their work. So remember earlier I talked about arbitrage of attention or social proof. This is pretty much saying, hey, if you work with somebody, showcase their work too on your site, and so that everybody can see not only what they have to offer, but how you guys not only work together, but it also gets your name out there with social proof of the credibility of the other businesses that you have worked with. It's a very strong compounding effect. I hope you take advantage of it. From there, it says have cash rewards and gift cards. Continuous partnership benefits. Establish a long-term partnership program with escalating benefits for builders who consistently refer contracts over time. So for instance, if you're working with a developer that's known to build multiple communities, such as Ryan Homes or whatever, you would go ahead and establish that long-term contract, bringing them in at a discounted rate because of the amount of work and the amount of projects that they're going to be bringing in. Let's say each community or develop community that they build is anywhere between 50 to 120 homes. Well, that's 50 to 120 projects that you have, and that's one community. Now imagine this compounded over time with different projects that they have going on, because they just don't do one community at a time. They focus on multiple communities at a time. So keep that in mind, and definitely make sure that you make the deal as lucrative as possible, but make it so that it's a win-win for both you and them. And then it says collaborative design sessions. Offer personalized design consultations for projects referred by builders, showcasing your expertise and collaboration. Transparent tracking and reporting. And then, of course, recognition and awards. Organize an annual recognition event or award ceremony for top referring builders and developers. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, I'm not that big. Why would people care, etc.? When you put an event together and you invite the right people and they show up, and you present awards to certain individuals. Not only does it make them stand out and give them credibility and puts them as an authority and puts you as an authority because you guys done business together, but it also enhances the strategy and the effect of what it is that you're trying to do, i.e., get more business from people like this. And if they want to get an award or they want to have the same benefits that this person got, because I'm sure during this networking event or this ceremony, people are going to be talking, they would want to not only do business with you, but get the same deal and therefore creating more business for you in the long term, creating what's known as annual reoccurring revenue, otherwise known as ARR. So I hope this was beneficial. And Nick, if you thought this video was helpful, please leave a comment, hit like. And if for all you other guys out there that are in business, it doesn't matter if you're a developer, real estate, a lawyer, just a basic entrepreneur trying to get things out there and you're trying to utilize ChatGPT for your business, or you're just trying to get ideas, please hit me up, leave a comment down below, or DM me on one of my social profiles. You could find it in the links in my bio. And let me know what your business does. What is it that you do exactly? So for instance, you can't just tell me I'm a lawyer and I want to get more clients. You would say I'm an attorney and I practice medical malpractice and negligence and I would like to acquire more clients, or I would like to gain more market share. So be a little bit detailed and definitely include how much experience you have so that it'll help me as far as developing the prompts are concerned. Because the more details I have, the better I'm able to prompt engineer for you within these AI platforms to give you the best answer, plan, and strategy possible. So until next time, my friends, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And Nick, I hope this was helpful. Take care, my friends. Bye.